This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
Hello, I'm Justin Pizzera with your afternoon update from ABC15 Arizona. Troopers are investigating two wrong-way crashes in the valley from overnight. One happened just after midnight on the I-17 on the off-ramp and Happy Valley Road. You can see quite a bit of damage to those vehicles. We're told the wrong-way driver was injured but expected to recover. Impairment is believed to be a factor. Another wrong-way crash sent a trooper to the hospital. We're told the driver was going south in the northbound lanes off State Route 85 when they crashed into a Buckeye PD unit and then a DPS unit. Both the driver and DPS trooper were taken to the hospital with injuries. Impairment is suspected to be a factor for that other driver. Already this year, we have had 16 major wrong-way incidents on freeways across the valley. Troopers tell us most of these crashes do happen late at night or early in the morning. They say the best way to stay safe from these crashes is to avoid that far left lane while driving overnight. Now to new details in a Valley B attack. We're now hearing from one of the victims. It happened Wednesday as David and his wife were leaving their apartment to go to dinner. We're told neighbors were able to step in to help there. One person called 911. Another handed them insect repellent. Firefighters got on scene shortly after and found the beehive at the front of that complex on top of one of those awnings. They sprayed it down with foam. David calls this the worst encounter he and his wife have ever faced.
I started screaming. My wife was crying and screaming, and I tried to get to her to help her, but I couldn't because I was engulfed.
David was stung nearly 25 times. His wife, much worse. Nearly 40 stingers were pulled out by medical professionals. She was given oxygen as part of her treatment. A firefighter was also taken to the hospital along with at least one other person. We have a major traffic alert for you heading into your weekend. ADOT is planning a few major freeway closures that you need to know about. Our Jamie Warren shows us what's closed.
You are going to want to plan ahead this weekend because there are a lot of weekend construction projects across the valley. So hang in there. Let me walk you through just a couple of them. The first one is on the Loop 202 eastbound lanes. This is going to be shut down from Priest Drive to the Loop 101. That's from Friday night to Monday morning. Now, in order to get around this one, your best bet is either just taking McDowell Road or Rio Salado Parkway. Also, on the same side of town here, the US 60 will be shut down this weekend. This is between Mesa Drive and the I-10. Now, in order to get around this one, my recommendation is taking either of the 202s and just avoiding the US 60 altogether. Now, for folks who live in northern Phoenix or maybe the West Valley, used to taking the I-17, southbound lanes will be closed from the 101 to Thunderbird this weekend. In order to avoid any slowdown there, you may want to just take the Loop 101 all the way down to the 51 in order to get to downtown Phoenix or that central Phoenix area. Now back by Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, heads up on this one. This one's been going on for at least the past couple of months or so. I-10 westbound lanes between the US 60 and the 143 will be shut down this weekend. And in order to get your way around this one, just avoid that altogether. Instead, take either of maybe the 202 up to the 101 or the US 60 up to the 101 and then the 202 Red Mountain Freeway. To see this construction project, a couple of the others that I mentioned, and even more, head on over to abc15.com/traffic.
Time for that most accurate forecast here on this Friday. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Look for a high of 98 in Phoenix today. Temperatures to our west getting a little hotter with spots like Lake Havasu reaching 100 degrees. And in northern Arizona, it's back into the 70s to 80s today. More clouds through the morning. Then those clouds clear up this afternoon, but we'll see another area of high clouds moving in on Saturday. At this point, the forecast, though, is staying dry. Winds are light today. That's contributing to some air quality concerns with an ozone high pollution advisory in effect for today, but winds pick up Saturday and get even stronger on Sunday as the storm system approaches from the west, and they start to ease up early next week. But that storm system will also usher in some cooler air, so we'll reach a high of 98 today. We get hotter tomorrow up to 102, and then we're falling again into the mid-90s on Sunday, 94 for a high Monday, and still in the 90s on Tuesday. But we'll start to heat back up again, of course, and next week, at least through the weekend, looks to top out in the hundreds.
Get another update tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic at abc15.com or by downloading the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.